Hello, welcome to the new video, double welcome, such as my enthusiasm for drafting the core set 2021. I'm a bit off Amonkhet once I looked at the cards and realised just how many cards were missing. Not as fun, but I'm well on the core set, been doing quite badly, but today is the day we turn it all around with a primal might. It's really good. And follow that up with a Faith's Fetters. Guess what? It's also really good. Right in the deck. Third pick, well, I'm a huge fan of green-white in this format. The two times I've drafted have been two of my easiest 7-0s ever. It's just been absolutely machine-esque. So I really want to stay green-white. That being said, there's a Grasp of Darkness here. I think the second best card, well, Grasp and Shock, and then Sky Scanner. Even though these cards are good, I love a Sky Scanner, but you can't really pass Grasp of Darkness third pick unless you're a madman, and I'm no madman. Fourth pick, with that in mind, we're going to take a Temple of Milady. If indeed we may. Milady. I am sorry. Fifth pick, Liliana's Standard Bearer. That's a strong card. I think our focus must indeed be on the black now. I'm particularly pleased we picked up the Grasp of Darkness and we begged permission for the Temple. I also like these cards, but yeah, Liliana's Standard Bearer is a very nice card, especially in black-green, which is where we hope to be. Ooh, an interesting pick, this one. I'd say the strongest card is, well, it is probably Ghostly Pilferer. Given what we've got so far, I believe we must be veering towards the Saber-Tooth Mauler. Not a particularly exciting pick, but works well with the Death Triggers. Next pick's equally unexciting. I think we're going to take Furious Rise. It's a hedge. Are we? We might just take Pride Malkin. It's not a good card to play, but if we do end up green-white somehow, it'll certainly make its way into the deck. Turn to, we could take Tranquil Cove. I don't want either of these two. I've had enough of red. Let's take the Pride Malkin. Deathbloom Thallid's a perfectly good 3-drop in black. Scoured Barons may not be the worst thing in the world when you've got Faith's Fetters. I'm really off Rise again. I know some people swear by it, I just don't like it. It always seems to go wrong when I try it. Let's take the Scoured Barons. Fierce Empath works well with all the big creatures we'll be picking up in green. I mean, that's the strongest card. Let's just take that on the hedge. We might pick up the second one. We'll take the Radiant Fountain. No, we'll take Toratoga just on the off chance we do play those two. We pivot into black-red and play the two Dire Fleets. Interesting. This is a good, strong card. There's a lot of 4-drops in this format, though. I think we'll go for this. 4-drops are very replaceable, and if we do end up playing black-red, that is a very strong fulcrum around which to build it. And then I think picks a lot of interesting places this draft could go. All of those interesting places involve Massacre Worm, which we'll gladly take. There's a lot of decent black cards in here, none more so than Massacre Worm. I've not had the pleasure of drafting with this yet. I hope to turn that around now. Sublime Epiphany is the best card in the format. There's nothing else I'd like to play here. I mean, Pestilent Haze is a card we cast. Mini Massacre Worm, Mini Mass, as the Danes would call a small guinea pig. I think we just have to take Sublime Epiphany. On the off chance we do end up playing blue somehow, it is the strongest card in the format. I don't want to pass it. I'm a stickler. And I think now we need to start thinking about what we are going to end up in. I think Malefic Scythe is more likely to be in our deck. We're going to be black-red or black-green here. Hoping to be black-green unless there's a lot of really strong red cards. Let's go for the Malefic Scythe. We'll play that. Similar story with the Liliana's Devotee. There are some decent cards in red here, but the Devotee's likely stronger than all of them. And it will work in any deck we find ourselves in. I'm going to take a second Malefic Scythe here. I really like them. Yeah, I think I am. Well, this is what you want to see when you're hedging on red. A Volcanic Salvo. I think that's enough to change our position entirely. And also another red removal spell coming to us here. We can always splash the Primal Might of the Temple of Milady. Faith Fetters is unlikely to come in at the moment. Turret Ogre as well, I'm glad we took that. I think we should take turn to Slag it, solid removal. Not great, but better than taking a gain land to splash our Primal Might. Gorman's perfectly good, especially in red-black. We need to find ways of stealing the opponent's creatures, but I'm liking the way this is going. I'm very glad we hedged. A few auto picks there. We are low on twos, and Walking Corpse is not a card I want to play. I'd very much like to have Liliana Stewards. They go so well with the Malefic Scythe. Blackguard's more interesting than the Corpse, so we'll take that. I am hoping now for, despite my doing it down, a Rise Again, which is excellent timing because we picked up a Rise Again. And we even got the Skeleton Archer, okay. Well, red-black, I'm not going to pretend I was clever, but it's better to be lucky than clever. I think Volcanic Geyser is better than Finishing Blow. Pretty close. And Havoc just as good as well as his Pitchburn Devils in this deck, as his Village Rites, in fact. But Volcanic Geyser is just, or Geyser, is just a fireball at instant speed. Difficult to find fault with that. Hobble Fiend or Turn to Slag. I think we need the two, because firstly I want to get rid of some of these shitty twos. And it does do the things the deck wants, especially with two Malefic Scythes and a Liliana's Devotee and Standard Berry. Yeah, it's a Hobble Fiend in. And looking quickly, and now indeed longly, Silvermote Ghoul works well for us. I'm hoping to not take the Archfiend Vessel, but I can't see anything else I want here. Yeah, let's take it. Liliana Steward's exactly what we want. Whether or not we take it up a Battle Rattle will depend on how the deck looks. So what are we getting with Battle Rattle? Not much, because I'm not hoping to play the. I'm hoping the corpses don't make an appearance, and indeed the Blackguards. Yeah, I think we can take the Liliana Steward here. It works well with what we're trying to achieve. And likewise with the Thalid. I know we've got quite a few threes, but it's a very strong three in this kind of deck. That's perfect. A nice little Liliana Steward. I'll happily play two of them. Get rid of the Blackguards. I think it's a very good utility creature, especially in a sack deck like this. We'd love to have picked up some Sky Scanners as well, but one cannot have all the luck, or indeed any of the luck. Goblin Wizardry is interesting. Not really, actually, now I think about it. I'm just thinking about the Direfleet Warmonger. We're not sack and steal, are we? We're more just sack and stuff. How's our curve looking towards the top end? We've got nothing at 5. Let's take a Blood Glutton, so we're not going to play two Turret Ogres. Happily play a Village Rites over a Pitchburn Devils. I'm very pleased to get my first one of those. Turn to Slag. You slag. Let's go for... We don't need more big things, do we? No, I think Massacre Worm, Volcanic Salvo, and Gormand are pretty good top end. We're not going to play this, are we? Let's take the Thread of Possibility to not play. Similarly with an Alchemist's Gift. Oh, Battle Rattle Wield, that is good. Okay, well, I think we've, dare I say it, drafted well here. That red-white means we could play Faith Fetters, but I'm not sure I want to do that. I'm also not sure I want to play Primal Might. I don't think we need to with the amount of removal we've got. I say that as if we have a lot. We do not. Let's take out all the lands first of all. We'll play this anyway, so we need to cut a few cards. This can go. This can go. More up here. We need some twos. I'm happy to keep Battle Rattle now. Is there any life gain in the deck? I don't think so. One of these can go for sure. This can go. Two more cuts. I'm looking at you, Skeleton Archer. Always my 24th card. And finally, I don't want to get rid of that, I don't think. Very finally, maybe it is just that. Yeah. Okay, I don't think we need to splash. I think I'd rather keep the consistency of the deck. I don't think we need the gain lands. I'd rather play things on curve. Yeah, I think that's looking good. Will we win? I don't know. Will we have fun? Also don't know. But my God, we'll do it together. See you in that first round. We begin our attempts to claw back some of our spurned reputation with this black-red deck. And I'm going to be keeping this hand. We've got probably our two best cards and some lands. And I'm happy to just wait until we've got a big thing to play here. And not to get rid of Liliana Steward straight away. I'm keen to wait until we've got a Malefic Scythe or something. Maybe Liliana's Standard Bearer, just something to get a bit of extra value from the sacrifice element. That being said, I will just trade with Speak of the Heavens here if I need to. No, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just keep Liliana's Devotee because we get our own benefit for that. Is that a zombie as well? Yeah. Let's just take 3. Temple of Milady. Pass the turn. Again, we'll just take 3 here. Next turn, we'll sack, make a zombie, get a card out his hand, and do all that lovely stuff. Opponent attacks. Again, we'll just take this. Down to 14. It's nice to have a Massacre Worm and Volcanic Salver in hand to get our way back into the game, if indeed we do drop out of it. Especially a Volcanic Geyser as well. Right, here we go. So, discard, please, good sir. Get rid of a land. Temple of Milady. Oh, do we want to hit a land? It will mean we have Volcanic Gate. We have Massacre Worm on Q. No, I mean, be fine hitting a land. I just don't want to purposely scry into one here, because the chance of us getting one anyway is pretty high. And any spell we draw here is fine. Be nice to have something to play next turn. I think we're in a good spot here. Anointed Chorister. Oh, I kind of wish I scried into the land now. Definitely going to trade if given the option. No? Ooh, Battle Rattle. That's nice. It's also maybe not nice now I think about it, because it dies to Massacre Worm. I'm very glad I didn't keep the red source on top, of course, with Massacre Worms. Triple black, I'm going to play it. I'm going to put it on the zombie. I'm just going to get him for 5, I think. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm just going to stay back with the 3-2 blocker. And set up a nice Volcanic Salvo next turn with all this. I don't think we need to race when we've got these cards in hand, especially as our opponent gets a shock on this and puts us in a position where we want to be blocking. We want to draw black here, obviously. Gale Swooper, we definitely want to draw black here. This opponent will get in for definitely for 3. Maybe not. Block. Black. Opposite of black. Let's just pass the turn. So a bit of me wants to kill the Celestial Enforcer here, just because it's the only thing that doesn't die to our lovely Massacre Worm. Dub. I'm a simple man. I see a chance, I go for it. I mean, there's no point beating around the bush here. We still find ourselves in a position where we need the Massacre Worm. Rise again. Do we actually have anything to hit? Well, we have Battle Rattle, which lends itself into a nice volcanic salvo nicely. Not the greatest play there, but at least we're doing something. Pitchburn Devils, okay. Gorman's an interesting one. I think we're probably going to want to... I'm just trying to think this one through. We probably have to just sack Battle Rattle for Gorman. We can salvo to get down this and this. That means we lose a creature. Yeah, I think Gorman's better. I think I'm not going to be attacking. Yeah. Battle Rattle's probably less good. And I presume we'll be getting rid of a Speaker of the Heavens. Oh no, well I'm okay with that. I presume he's counting on his tap ability, which makes sense. And it puts us down to 3, which is a dangerous position to go to. Hoping for a black mana. Well, we hit the black mana, but well, I guess we go for it. I think we need to get in for 5 here. No, I don't think we do. I just think we need to lend it back, keep them back, and a Volcanic Salvo can take out the 2 Enforcers next turn. Let's go for just that. Bosh and a Bosh. Opponent takes 4. In for 11, play a Hobble Fiend to block some sort of hasty threat, and hope our opponent doesn't deal 3 to the face. He does not. We succeed. A good start, if a little streaky. We go first against MTG Dane. I think we have to mulligan this. Again, we have our 2 strongest cards, but we can't really cast anything. It's not a hand I'm looking to keep. This is a little better. As terms of what we toss, probably a Village Right, although it works so well with Malefic Scythe. Is it a land and go greedy? No, I don't think it is. We're definitely keeping. Is it Volcanic Salvo? I suppose we are just a long way away from casting that. Yeah, that's a shame. But it's another red-white deck. Seasoned Tallow Blade. I'm okay with that. Silvermote Ghoul, which I'm keen to not trade here while I've got a Malefic Scythe and Village Rights. So I'll take 3 here. And a makeshift battalion is our enemy to face. Temple of Malade is not too bad. Let's scry first of all. Probably want to keep a red at the top, bin a black. I think we're perfectly happy to keep a Turret Ogre. Malefic Scythe on the Silver Smoke Ghoul, and pass the turn. I wouldn't say that was nice. I'd say that was alright. We're going to be trading it off for the seasoned Hallow Blade now if we can. Opponent dubs the makeshift battalion. Those do combat attacks. I think we'll go for the Hallow Blade trade. If he discards a card, which he probably should here, I will. Do I want to village rights? I think so. I think I do. Nah, I think we can just get the single. I think we'll have a better opportunity for village rights. I wouldn't say it's that nice, just playing the card. Draw a land here, please, my friend. Hobble Fiend. Okay, well, that can be village rights. Make a 4/3 Hobble Fiend. We're going to be struggling to keep up here, as our opponents seem to love a bit of dub. Faith's Fetters, okay. Well, that was a mistake, because I should have just village riced in response to stop the 4 life. I don't know why I didn't. We take 8, and our opponent goes down, puts us down to 4. So we're going to village rights the Hobble Fiend, and presumably with turn to slag here, kill the makeshift battalion, and hope, beyond hope, that we don't take another point of damage. I think we have to turn to slag. I'm just going to mute him. I think he's probably got the win here. He needs anything. It seems he has something. Shock, maybe. Anything works. Rambunctious Mutter. That's a good one there. So we need a 2-drop, and we need it now. Well, that works. Liliana's Steward into Turret Ogre. I think we'd be in a good position if it wasn't for killing our Malefic Scythe numero uno. As is, we're struggling. Good opponent must be doing well if he's discarding that. No idea what this card is. Oh, I do. It's very strong. And that'll be it for us. 1-1. On to the next. Opponent goes first in this game. We have a very nice looking hand. Very easy keep. I think our deck can pretty good at 6 out of 10. It's perfectly fine. Should be able to get a few more wins than we've been getting recently, but by no means busted. It helps a lot when we draw Massacre Worm and Volcanic Salvo, as game 1 proved. Well, there's the Massacre Worm, so things are looking up on that regard. Liliana's Devotee shall come down next. Or Grasp of Darkness, we absolutely have to this turn. I do think we absolutely have to. Let's get down the Devotee now. I think... No, let's get down the Silver Smoke Ghoul and have the possibility of getting in for 4 next turn. Also, I think the Devotee is a more important card to keep up than the Ghoul. Crypt Lurker, not bad at all. But we do get to attack through it, thanks to this. It's a good pickup with the Gourmand. In for 4. So we're in a nice position here. Village rights into a couple of lands that wouldn't go amiss. Opponent's going to get in for 3. One presumes does not. Well, this village rights is looking rather good. So let's get in for 4. Alchemist's Gift, that's fine. Let's just sacrifice this, because then we can keep up village rights. Nice little crypt lurker. And end of the turn, pay for a zombie and keep up village rights. Nice little turn, that one, dear friends. I feel in a very commanding position now. Demonic Embrace. Well, that does the opposite of helps, but as long as we draw a land, things are looking good. Well, that does not help at all, because it means our Gourmand is significantly worse. I think we are going to village rights the zombie here, such as the dedication to drawing a land. And that's one of the few cards that could have turned this around. I still think I'm in good shape. Less good shape. So I'm presuming we go for the Massacre Worm here. Opponent takes 2 and takes 4. Right, we have an unfortunate situation here. We're a little fooked. We can... I'm trying to work if this has lifelink. It does not. I mean, we're going to get in for 6. Gorman the Devotee. I think that's what we have to do. Nothing else we really can do until we draw a red mana source. So in for 6. Gormand sacking Liliana's Devotee. Opponent goes down to 6. Probably has to get rid of the Blood Glutton. Alternatively, gets rid of this. Gets Demonic Embrace back and plays it on the Blood Glutton to get in for a big hit. Temple of Milady. Definitely don't want that, do we? No, we just want a red source here. And say go. All is not lost if somehow he kills this, attacks and plays a blocker. We can Crypt Lurker there. We'll just play the red source, I think. Turn to Slag on the 6/5. Hope for the best. Feat of Resistance. Red. Okay, that's fine. Let's get in for 6 with Massacre Worm. He has to block. Goes down to 4. Pass the turn. Now let's play the Thallid. Opponent plays the land, which probably means the game's over. And indeed it is. Good victory against a very strong card. 2-1. Anthony 666 is the man in our way as we go for our 3rd win. We have a very nice looking hand here. Very nice indeed. We shall probably play Hobblefiend to start with. Track down is fine. Top, bottom, draws a land. We shall, We'll go for the Hobble Fiend over the Malefic Scythe past the turn. Teferi's Protege. You know what, I'm happy just playing the Scythe, equipping, getting in here. It's nice to get it on the battlefield early. I don't think he'll block, but I'm happy getting in the damage. I'm happy growing the Scythe if he does block. Oh, he does block. That is a good trade for us. I presume he thinks Hobble Fiend's important, because it usually is in red-black. We don't have any traitorous greeds, though, so for us we're just a bit of a sack deck. Portcullis Vine. Let's play the Ghoul. I don't mind too much if this gets countered. Into Malefic Scythe. Opponent missed a land drop. So is he going to play this on there? A 3-2. Normally I would not. Actually, I was thinking of Grasp of Darknessing this. Really don't need to, do I? I can just play Turret Ogre. Hang him for 2. Get in for 5. Take the trade. And switch the Scythe over. Not a nice trade for the opponent to have to take, I guess, with the Scythe. Which is why I like it so much. I'm presuming this Vine will be used as a chump blocker. Well, not a chump blocker as such, but a block and sacker quite soon. I say that because I want it off the battlefield for when our Gormand comes down. And it does nothing. Could well have captured Sphere. Let's play our land. Do combat. Attack. A block. A sack. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. And we'll play ourselves a Direfleet Warmonger. Say go. Sabertooth Mauler. The Massacre Worm's great and all. I think the play is just Gormand. Seems like a bit of a waste where we probably don't need to Grasp of Darkness now. No, let's get him. Let's get the Gormand while the going's good, and get him for 7. Puts him in a place where he has to find a way of stopping the damage next turn through a Grasp or a Massacre Worm. Roaming Ghostlight. Well, that kind of works actually. That's quite a good card. It's going to put him down to 2, but was it not for the Massacre Worm? It looks good. Fortunately for him, we did have the Massacre Worm, so he's in a tough spot once more. Land and probably concede. Roaming Ghostlight. I was about to say another Ghostlight would be quite funny in these scenarios. Opponent does this. I'm just going to attack. I realise I can win it with Grasp of Darkness, but it's nice to win it with a bit of an attack. Opponent will chump, and that'll be that. 3 in 1. Let's go. Hey, I did. Bean is going first here against us. We have a a middling hand. A little bit of a downgrade on what we've been playing with recently, but certainly keepable. As per, I'm not keen to get rid of Liliana Stewart straight away. I'd rather keep it until we've got a Scythe or a Liliana's Devotee, or just something from which gives us an extra piece of benefit from sacking creatures. Opponent plays himself a 2-1. Yeah, that's not bad. I'm trying to work out whether I block here or not, because if I don't, I'll attack. I don't think I do. And next turn, we're going to be going Scythe, Sack, Scythe. Well, Scythe, Sack, Steward, Equip. He plays a Mistral Singer. So let's make sure we use the right mana. Opponent gets rid of Furor of the Bitten, which, to be honest, I'm quite happy about here. Usually I think that card's pretty trash, but here it would put us in a spot of bother, as was. Opponent's in for 2. Plays a Sky Scanner, one of my faves. And follows up with a land. We're going to be... I mean, we could sack and play a big old Thallid. I think I'd just rather play a Battle Rattle and get in for a lot, though. In for 5. Also means we're not too far away at all from the Volcanic Salvo, which is probably going to be our win con here. When it gets in with the team, I kind of have to take it given what I've got in hand. A lot of interesting plays possible here. I think the one I'm going to go for is Battle Rattle on itself. Attack with. I fully expect the Goblin Wizardry card here. Maybe I don't. Maybe he'd have done that on his turn. Capture Sphere on Liliana Stewart. That's absolutely fine. So we'll get in for 4. Crypt Worker or Crypt Lurker the Liliana Steward to draw ourselves a card. Hopefully draw a land. Do draw a land. Pick up the land and stick Malefic Scythe in the Crypt Lurker, and we've got ourselves a very strong possibility of a Volcanic Salvo next turn. Tide Skimmer. Opponent in for... Oh, it's 2 or more cards. I thought it had to attack as well. Good turn for our opponent. We'll go land Thallid and Salvo on the Skimmer. And I think the 2-1 just to get it out of the way so we can go for lethal. I think so. Can't see any reason not to. If it don't work, it don't work. Looks like it might work. It did work! Dean! Dean is done. 4-1. Let us continue. Mezzi 3 stands in our way after Mezzi 1 and 2 presumably weren't strong enough. A bit of a meh hand, but it is a keep, I feel. We've been struggling for red mana all draft, actually. I wonder if that's just variance or did I mess up the split? Yeah, maybe this wasn't as quick a keep as I thought, but I'm happy with the Liliana's Devotee on 3. Getting a bit worried about my lack of red mana, but these things happen. Opponent gets down the Mistral Singer. I think we can attack here, can't we? Yeah. I thought that was going to get through. And let's play the Turret Ogre. Primarily because of Reach and the hope that he forgets about it, but no one ever forgets about Reach these days on the Ogre. And the Mistral Singer's there anyway. Oh, Soul Seer, so he's getting him for 8. Not a bad attack at all. We draw a Deathbloom Thallid, which I presume we're going to play here. Opponent has another Crusher. He looks like to be a nice little blue-red. What a very nice blue-red deck, the opponent. Good stuff from him. We're going to have to block here. We can't just take 8. But does that have Trample? Bloody hell. Oh, Crash Through, yeah. Well, this could be it for our brave boys. I'm going to have to hope for a big old volcanic salvo to save the day. Hopefully no more Crash Throughs. Burn Bright. To be honest, opponent's well and truly done us here with his very nice red-blue deck. We'll go block and I guess block. Does seem to work. Opponent drops to 1. Sorry, we drop to 1. Crucially not opponent. Igneous Cur. We drew a land which we needed. Mistral Singer. We're 1 away from the Liliana's trigger. Opponent's got back his soul. Oh, he just wins then. Good game. Good game, well played. I think the opponent's deck was justifiably excellent there, and he deservedly got the win. 4-2. Sawyer 1991. As a 1988 child, I have to beat him. Show the seniority that 3 years gives me. Not a bad hand. I think we're missing some early drops. We found our red mana in spades now. The opponent gets down a Snare Spinner, which is good. I think Snare Spinner has never been as weak as it is in this set. Rousing Reed. It's better when it flies, but so's everything. Opponent will get in for 2. We'll play a Thallid, probably into a Crypt Lurker. Gets rid of the big 6. Where were you last turn, Hobble Fiend? You're right, that's a must kill at some point. Screw it, let's go for some big old damage. Please throw the Quattle in front. Nope, take 5. That's fine. The Coattle's presumably going to get out of hand quite quickly here. I think we're hopeful for our mythic cards. Truffle Snout. I think I was going to say I'd rather he goes for the land, for the counter here. Opponent gets us, the Devotee actually helps here. make Thallid great again. Attack, presumably get blocked by Truffle Snout. Play Devotee, get ourselves a free zombie. Well, not free, but you know what I mean, and set ourselves up for a nice little Crypt Lurker. Opponent plays his Gnarled Sage. Well, how do we play this? Shaman making the 3/2 bigger. Attacks. Doubt it gets blocked. Maybe it will. In that case, let's play the Warmonger, play the land, and get another zombie. Ghoul's not going to cut it. Here's where things start getting dicey. Grasp of Darkness, just a little too late, sadly. How to do this? I guess Battle Rattle on Warmonger. I think I just want to go a bit all in on Warmonger here. There's a 7/5 Trampler. In. Yeah, I know it leaves the Law Scale Coatl alive, but okay, still leaves the Law Scale Coatl alive. Wasn't your second card that turn, my friend? And then let's play a Turret Ogre to ping. So he's got a massive Coatl, but we have got a big board. All of which will be going at his face next turn unless he plays something like that. Ah, the Gourmand. That's what I want to see. So Battle Rattle on Turret Ogre. Don't think we want to be playing sacrificing here. In for 6. Gourmand is a lucky as anything draw here. Yeah, this pretty much ends the game, I think. What a bloody lucky play from this bloody great player. Boingy bot in, probably gets rid of Gourmand. We think about it and attack. Nope, opponent thinks about it and thinks, you know what? Screw this. We get a nice victory, move on to 5 wins. And things are looking very up for this young man from Pallet. P-Star Geppetto, great name, is going to be our next opponent. We have I forgot we had a Liliana Standard Bearer. I always find when I draft, there's a card, usually a good card, I just forgets in our deck. Probably better than having a bad card you forget. This hand's alright-ish. Just got a lot better. Happy to keep it. Black-green, okay. Let's hide our red. That'll learn him, maybe. Then it's in for 1. Land, Skyscanner. Man after me, earn art. I think we just get the Warmonger down. Cultivate, interesting. Opponent's in for 2. Interestingly, he didn't want to keep the imp back. We ourselves shall get in for 3 here. and play the Devotee. Pass the turn. So I don't know whether we're behind or ahead here. Obviously far ahead on board, but he's got a lot of lands. Village rights really helps here. Ooh, nice little volcanic geyser. What a gaze. Opponent plays himself Old Snoutosaurus, probably puts a counter on it, and gets in some damage. Oh, I don't want to be that person who... I'll probably just play... I'll probably go in for combat if he blocks. Play the standard bearer. No, I really don't want to use turn to slag on a 3-3. If I have to, though, I have to. That'll work out better for me. And the Temple of Milady to Massacre Worm. Crypt Lurker. That's actually quite good. I think. Is it? I'm not sure, though. I'm not sure I want it. Next turn we'll probably ping... Gorman's a bit crappy on this board. I think we need better things than this, despite it being an ostensibly good card. So we're hoping for something that Volcanic Gazer can kill a 5-power creature next turn, just like turn to slag. So there. Truffle Snout comes back. Probably just get down Gormand. Standard Bearer's done its job. It's not going to trade for much. Well, I mean, it's trading for a Sky Scanner, but needs must. Bad deal. Actually, that's not too bad for us because we've got some shitty cards in hand. I'm okay with this. Because now we can turn to slag this. Opponent gains a wit gains double death touch. I'll play my second land on the off chance that I have to Grasp of Darkness something. I'd rather have that up than lose it. I'd rather have that up than I would risk losing it to discard. I think that's the right way of saying it. Finishing Blow. It's a bit of a shitter. I think we'll Grasp of Darkness in response, just to stop him getting in the hit. And Cultivate's fine here. Let's carry on playing our lands, I guess. Yep. We need 12 mana, so we're probably not going to get to there. We've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Llanowar Visionary. Good for our opponent, bad for us. Crypt Lurker. Presumably the same. Especially if it kills the Visionary. Nope. And a land. We draw a Hobble Fiend. With an X4 up. Let's just block the Visionary. I don't think we want to kill the Crypt Lurker. We're hoping for a little better. Blood Glutton. Well, that can die. Let's see till next turn. Turret Ogre. Well, I now wish I'd cast Volcanic Geyser. Geese. Opponent gains 4, up to 14, puts us down to 6. Truffle Snout. And we're on land duty. Let's do 7 damage to that. And hope for the best here. I think our story may be ending. To a good green-black deck, I think it was a good battle. I think 5 wins is probably a fair appraisal of this deck's abilities. I'm virtually certain we're now dead. Like I say, it's a fine deck. It's not busted though. Yeah, good game is pretty much fair, especially when a land comes out. Let's see what he drew. 5 wins, I'm happy with that. Thrashing Brontodon. I'll even give him a good game. Well, thank you very much for watching. I hope the 5-win haul has somewhat restored pride in this channel and its temporary proprietor, myself. Look forward to playing again, seeing you all in the next set of matches. Thank you once more. See you soon.